Solving equations with more than one variable term. Example 1. Solve and check your solution to 2x plus 7 equals 6x minus 1. So if we look at our 3 steps from the previous page, step 1 says we need to get rid of any fractions in which a variable is present. Well, in this case, there are no fractions at all, so we don't need to worry about step number 1. Step number 2, you must expand any brackets that are present. Well, there are no brackets present, so again, we don't have to worry about this step. So we go to step number 3. You must collect and combine like terms. We have like terms here. We have 2x and 6x, so we need to get those together. We also have constants, 7 and -1, so we need to get those together as well. So we are going to start with step number 3 in order to get to a solution. So the first thing we're going to do is deal with this 6x. It's not in the right place. I want to get rid of it. The opposite of positive or add 6x is subtract 6x. So I subtract 6x from both sides. I have my positive 7, and I have 2x subtract 6x, which is -4x. 6x subtract 6x is 0 or gone, but I'm left with my -1. Now I'm going to deal with the 7. I want to get it to the other side because it doesn't have a variable. This is an add or positive 7 because the sign in front of it isn't there, so we know it's positive. I subtract 7 from both sides, and I end up with -4x is equal to -8. This -4 is attached to my x through multiplication, so I'm going to divide both sides by -4, and I end up with x equals 2. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. We're going to check our solution by going right up to the original equation. The left side was 2x plus 7, and the right side was 6x subtract 1. 2 times 2 plus 7 is 4 plus 7, which gives me 11. 6 times 2 subtract 1 will be 12 subtract 1, which also gives me 11. Left side equals right side, therefore x equal to 2 is a solution. Example 2. Solve. 3 bracket k minus 4 plus k equals -2 bracket 3 minus k. We go back to our steps. Number 1, we have to get rid of fractions, but there are no fractions. Number 2, we must expand any brackets that are present. We have brackets that are present. In fact, we have a bracket on each side. So we're going to expand by using distributive law. 3 times k is 3 times -4. -2 times 3 and -2 times k. So I get 3k subtract 12 plus k equals -6 plus 2k. So now I'm on to the step where I must collect and combine like terms. There are 3 terms with k that I need to get together and 2 constants without k that I need to get together. So the first thing I'm going to deal with is this plus 2k because I'm used to all the variables being on this side. So I want to get this out of there. The opposite of add 2k is subtract 2k, and I do that on both sides. 3k plus 1k subtract 2k is 2k. I still have my -12. 2k subtract 2k is gone, which is what I wanted, and I'm left with my -6. Now I'm going to deal with the subtract 12 by adding 12 to both sides. And I get 2k is equal to 6, -6 plus 12. To deal with the 2 that's attached through multiplication, I divide, and I get k equal to 3 as my answer. Example 3. Z over 3 plus z over 4 equals 7. Step number 1 says we must get rid of any fractions. Well, we definitely have fractions in this case, so we're going to get rid of them. The easiest way to do that is to multiply every term by the lowest common denominator. And remember, the lowest common denominator is a number that both 3 and 4 divide evenly into. So in this case, it's going to be 12. I multiply the first term by 12, the second term by 12, and the other side, the constant, by 12. In order to maintain the balance, every single term, 1, 2, and 3, has to be multiplied by 12. 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. 12 divided by 4 gives me 3. So I end up with 4 times z, 4z, plus 3 times z, 3z, equals 84, 12 times 7. There are no brackets, so I can proceed right to step number 3 now, that says collect and combine like terms. Well, in this case, our like terms are already on the same side, so all I have to do is add them together, 4z plus 3z to get 7z. Divide by 7 to get z equal to 12. Example 4. K plus 2 over 3 plus 3 equals 2k minus 4 over 2. Step number 1, deal with the fractions. So our lowest common denominator in this case, we have to consider 3 and 2 are denominators, so it's going to be 6. So I'm going to multiply every term by 6. 6 times the first term, 6 times the second term, and 6 times the third term, which is on the other side of the equal sign. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So now I have 2 times k plus 2, and I need it in brackets. 6 times 3 and 3 times 2k minus 4. Step number 2 says to expand the brackets. And we have brackets in this case, so we'll use distributive law. 2 times k, 2 times 2. 3 times 2k, 3 times negative 4. And we end up with 2k plus 4 plus 18 equals 6k minus 12. Now I'm going to begin collecting like terms, and I notice on this side I have 2 constants, so I'll put them together to get 22. Now I'm going to try and move this 6k so that it ends up on the left-hand side with the 2k. I do that by subtracting 6k from both sides. 2k subtract 6k is negative 4k. I still have my 22. 6k subtract 6k is 0, but I have my negative 12. Now I'm going to deal with the adding 22 by subtracting 22 from both sides, and I end up with negative 4k equals negative 34. When I divide, I get 8.5. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. Example 5. Solve and check your solution. 2 times x minus 3 in brackets equals 24 minus 3x. So there are no fractions, I go right to the brackets. Distributive law gives me 2x minus 6. Now I'm going to deal with the subtract 3x on the right-hand side by adding 3x to both sides. 2x plus 3x is 5x, and I have my negative 6. 24 is all I'm left with on the right-hand side. Add 6 to both sides to deal with the subtract 6 here, and we get 5x is equal to 30. Divide by 5, and our final solution is x equal to 6, and we're going to check it. We go right back to the first line, so the left side was 2 bracket x minus 3, the right side was 24 minus 3x. Sub in our 6, and I do the brackets first. 6 subtract 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Moving to the right-hand side, 24 subtract 3 times 6. 24 subtract 18, 6. Left side does equal right side, so x equal to 6 is a solution. Example 6. 5x minus 2 divided by 3 equals 11. Step number 1 says get rid of the fraction by multiplying by a common denominator. Well, our only denominator in this case is 3, so I'm going to multiply both pieces, both terms by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. So on this side, all I'm left with is the 5x minus 2, and 3 times 11 is 33. Add 2 to both sides to get 5x is equal to 35. Divide by 5 to get x equal to 7. Check our answer. Left side is 5x subtract 2 divided by 3, right side is 11. 5 times 7 subtract 2 divided by 3, 35 subtract 2 divided by 3, 33 divided by 3, 11. Left side equals right side, so x equal to 7 is a solution.